Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Red Heart all-in-one granny square. Yes, I said Red Heart all-in-one granny square. I know primarily this is a knitting channel, but I've always wanted to do a granny square, and since this yarn came out and I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube about it and people were doing reviews, I decided to do one myself because why not? Now, I am not a professional nor a great crocheter, but I do know the basics and understand it very well, enough for me to be able to make a granny square. I've crocheted toys before and done other things like that. And also when I was younger, like I said, my mom taught me how to crochet, so it was kind of a little bit of muscle memory. So I went ahead and already crocheted one of the granny squares in this blue color. I will say that my first granny square was a little bit off. I tried to follow the pattern inside of the band and it didn't turn out as well. It had a lot of bigger holes. And then I looked at the diagram that shows you the different chains with the crochets and the double crochets and all that, and that helped so much more. Actually, when I pulled it apart and redid it again, all the colors worked out perfect with the called the crochet hook. So I was like, whoa, this kind of is crazy, and I'll show you guys that right now. This is the granny square, and this is following the diagram, and that's with one crochet in between all of them. The one that I originally did had 3 crochets because that's what I understood from the pattern, and maybe I was reading it wrong, but all the color changes in this granny square worked out perfect, and I actually ended up with quite a bit of black at the end, which is perfect because this is, you know, what you're going to sew in, and I still have my 4-inch long beginner end here, or beginning end, sorry, right here, and that just so I could sew it in. And so I'm going to go ahead and try it with this other color over here, and then I'll give you my thoughts about it so far. So I am going to pull you guys in a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm doing, and then go from there. Okay guys, so this is the black Moody Cherry that we're going to be doing the granny square with. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out from the end that it gives me. I do need to measure 4 inches. I forgot to grab my ruler. Here we go. Okay guys, so we're going to measure out the tail 4 inches, so that's about right there. That's about it. It's 4 inches right there. Okay. Now it says to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then slip into the first chain. Okay, oops. Just like that, and then it says chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're gonna start double crocheting. I just crochet into the middle because why not? Oh, that's not a double crochet. Okay, so double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then it's gonna have you chain 3 after this. Just 1, 2, 3. Then back into the middle for a double crochet. And do this 3 times, just like that. Take in mind, I primarily knit, so this is just from learning what I know. Then, so that is 3 right there. We're gonna chain another 3, 2 and 3, then another double crochet 3 times. There we go. And then to finish it off, we're gonna chain 3 more, just like that, and then do, oh, actually missed a double crochet, so oops, my bad. Let me go back. So I need to do 2 more because I took that one apart. There we go. Just 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So after the chain 3, we're gonna double crochet. Two more times. And then I am going to slip stitch into the 3rd. Right there. Oops. Okay, I am missing it. Slip. So I have probably like just a little bit left of this. I think I'll be fine. So I'm just gonna keep going. So it says chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then double crochet 3 times. Now my tension isn't super tight because I'm just not a tight crocheter. And then after that, we're gonna chain 1, and that's what I learned that works with this. So then we're gonna come back and do a double crochet 3 times on this side. Oops. Get a little bit ahead of myself. Let me pull out some more yarn. So that's 2. Here we go. 3 right there, and then chain 3. Perfect. And then another 3 double crochets right on this corner to form it up. And I do like how the corners form up. Take in mind, this is my first time ever making granny squares, and this yarn is actually making it a little bit fun, which is good news. So there we go. And I'm going to chain 1, do another 3 on this next corner, just like that. Perfect. Okay, after this one, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and double crochet another 3. Pull out some more yarn. You can already see the changes right there, and I'm getting close to being done. So I'm doing a chain 1 and then a double crochet. Repeat 3 times for this corner like we've been doing. That's 3 right there. Oh, it's funny how that color bled in right there. So what am I at? Okay, chain 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 2 right there, and 3. Now we're going to single chain 1 and then go back into this corner to finish off. So we're just going to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and almost just the right amount, for if not the right amount. So I'm going to pull that back because I did that first one a little loose. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then we're going to slip into the third, so that's right there. I'm just going to get right there, grab that, and bam, perfect. I usually don't worry too much about a little bit of the color in here, just because usually when you come back around it'll kind of cover it up. But okay, so I went to go get a light so you guys could see a little bit better, because I don't have any lights yet, but the color seems to be matching up pretty well. Like I said, this is only my second time making, technically my third time making the granny square. When I made this one, this was my second time. The first time I followed what the directions said, and I didn't really like it till I looked at the diagram, and the diagram really helped me. So I'm going to continue with this one, and like all the other ones, it says chain 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. And then we're gonna do 3 double crochets in this corner. Oops, there we go, bring that one back. Okay, now if you guys can tell, I'm not knitting super tight, and I don't know, my tension is not changing too much, but it's doing pretty good. So do that chain 1. Let me pull out some yarn. And double crochet 3 times. This is the third one. Chain 1 and then go into the corner. Now, Now I am going to time lapse this so you guys don't have to see this all in real time. Then I'll meet you guys back when I am back to the corner. Okay, I am on the last side. Let's see how the color is on this. Like I said, I have been seeing a lot of reviews on this yarn, and I've seen a lot of complaints about it, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go, because why not? And I've only seen maybe like 2 videos where people are not complaining about this yarn, which is kind of funny, but I do feel like Red Heart is pulling through with their promise of what this yarn should be. Did I miss one? Let me take a look. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm at the very end and I have a little bit left. Let me make sure I didn't skip one. Okay, I didn't skip one. I'm just gonna pull it back a little bit because it's really not that much. I'll pull it back to this corner. Maybe I just got a little bit tighter. Usually it lands pretty well. Could have just meant that I got a little bit tighter. Okay, let's do these doubles right here. Okay, but like I was saying before I got distracted, a lot of people have been complaining about this yarn, but you know, you can't expect everything to be perfect for you. Sometimes you just gotta play with it a little bit, and I guess some people don't have the patience for that, but yet they have the patience to tie in their ends and then still complain about it. So I don't understand it, or I don't understand people. So here we go. We're getting very close. I feel like I'm crocheting pretty loose. I got one more right here. Perfect. Let's get this last 2. Oh, forgot to chain 1. Okay, let's do these double crochets. Okay, so I am on the last double crochet and it looks like I'm gonna nail it this time. I think I just accidentally tightened my tension, so the change is hard to tell, but it's like right here. So when I pull it on the 3rd, so 1, 2, 3, looks good to me. Pull that through, bam, perfect change. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing right, but I feel like the pattern that they give you, or at least the diagram, is correct. I wouldn't follow the instructions. They were a little confusing for me at first, and when I initially did the granny square, it came out really like big and just not looking right. So let's do this next section. So I'm going to chain 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like you guys saw, I haven't really had to kind of like undo much, which shows that I must be doing something right. And everybody else seems to be struggling, and they're I wouldn't say, I guess, professional crocheters, but they do it for a living. So and I'm not doing this for a living, but maybe they just crochet too tight, who knows, or maybe they're doing the pattern wrong. I don't know, but all I know is that the colors for me, after I did it the second time and followed the diagram, were hitting on point. I haven't had an issue with them, with either one, and like I said, all I had to do was go back and kind of loosen my tension, because I saw that in that corner I did get a little bit tighter. But besides that, I think I am really enjoying this. Like, this is my first granny square ever, and I can say that I feel excited since I've never done a granny square, and I've always wanted to try to do a granny square. It's pretty relieving that I don't have to do so many ends, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do granny squares and stick to knitting, just because I didn't want to tie in so many ends or sew in so many ends. But if I end up falling in love with this yarn, who knows, I might be buying more of this yarn. I bought these two different colors. The red one is for me. I'm going to be making a blanket for myself, and then the blue one is for my foster son, and I will be making him a blanket out of that as well. I will say the yarn is soft, but not super soft. Like, to me, it feels a little bit rough, but not to the point where I'm like, okay, I wouldn't want this on my skin. Initially, when I opened it out of the bag, it felt really soft. But now that I've been, I guess, playing with it a little bit more, it's gotten, or I can see how people say that it's a little rougher. But I don't think it bothers me. I think some people just like to complain. For the pricing and the quality of the yarn, I think it's good. I actually ordered mine on Joann, and they shipped it to me, and it was a good deal. I think I got these for like $6.99 each, and because they had them on sale, and I know the retail price is like double that. So I was like, okay. And I even looked on Michael's on their website, and they had them there for like 13 bucks, and I was like, no thank you. So I finally looked around, and Joann had them for so much more cheaper. And like I said, I've only crocheted here and there. I don't usually like to crochet, and it's not because I don't like it. I just prefer to knit. Let's chain one right there. Okay, double crochet. Okay, I'm just gonna time lapse this a little bit because I ran out of things to say. Okay, so I am at the very end of this row, and I did it a little loose, which is okay. Will I have enough for this corner? Probably not. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'll just go back to this corner. Do it a little tighter. I was like, what am I doing right now? Completely forgot I was crocheting. I'm joking. Okay, I think that might have did it. Go ahead and loosen up a little bit just to make sure that I don't have a super crazy amount left. So doing 2 double crochets right here. That's how much I have left. Right there. Actually, let me go back these. That last one I made a little loose, a little too loose. So right here, bang, and there we go. It's a lot tighter. Give me that. Pull through that, and call that one good. And slip stitch. Cool. So now I'm on the black. There's a little bit black there, but we probably won't see that too bad. As you guys can see, like, the colors are doing pretty well. When I did finish this one, the blue one, I did have quite a bit of black left, just following the pattern. So let's see how this black turns out. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and then I'm gonna time lapse this for you guys. Sorry, I couldn't remember what I was trying to say. I'm gonna time lapse this, and then I'll meet you guys closer to the end. Okay, so I had to recharge my battery because it died on me, and I am finishing this last side of the granny square. Oh, just reset that one right there. I will say that I have been enjoying this process of the granny square. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much, especially because before I was worried about tying in all the ends, and that's one of the things that I dread sometimes, just sewing in all the ends. But everything seems to be going pretty smooth. Hopefully I can see the transition of the blue into the black. It's a little bit darker now that it's getting darker, and my lighting isn't the best. I will say, for those that crochet a little looser, if needed be, just remove the chain one in between each one of these groups, and that should definitely help get the pattern right instead of having to change hooks. Now I'm getting really close to being done here. Can't really tell what color is what right now, so if I'm past it, I guess I'll find out here shortly. I think I still have a little bit left. Perfect. That's good. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay. So now I'm on this last one right here. Pull through. I only have to do 2. Perfect. Just like that. Oh, let's get that. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna redo that one real quick. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then on the third chain, 1, 2, 3, right there. Let's get that in there. Chain 1, or slip 1, sorry. And then it looks like I have a bit of black left. Again, let's see here. It's kind of hard to tell where the blue starts. Let me get my light on this because I cannot tell. It's quite a bit, it's getting quite dark. Okay. Okay, cool. So I do have a little bit of black left. So it looks like the blue starts right here. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe like that. So I do have a little bit of black left. So that's perfect. This is how the granny square looks. Not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, this is how the granny square looks. Let's see how it measures. Take in mind, this is only the second time that I've done this. Technically third time, sorry, I keep on saying that. Third time. And it's slightly over the 6 inches because it's supposed to be 6 by 6. Let's measure this from the top. Yeah, just slightly over the 6 inches, which is not bad. Probably like a 6 inches and a quarter. I really enjoyed doing this. I really didn't have to backtrack that much. I do not know what the other people are doing that is not working. I like the colors of them. They're both really cool. I'm not cutting off the ends because I actually want to make blankets with these, and I'm thinking of doing a sunburst pattern that I found on YouTube by somebody else. I think if you guys want to give these a try, I would recommend that. Alright, let me change the camera positioning and I'll give you guys a full-on my full thoughts about this. Okay guys, so both squares are done. This is what the Moody Cherry looks like. This is what the Moody Cherry looks like, and then this is what this one is the blue beacon looks like. I will say that I actually enjoyed crocheting these granny squares, I didn't know what I was expecting, because there's so many people out there that have so many negative reviews and negative feelings for this yarn. I personally like it. Yes, it's a little bit on the rougher side, but it's really not that bad. Yes, there's always going to be a softer yarn out there. I think if you never done granny squares and you want to try it, or you have experience with granny squares, I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, I followed the diagram. That really helped me. If your tension is too loose and you're not meeting it, get rid of these chain ones in between. That should help. For me, it worked out pretty much perfect. If I had to backtrack, it was minimal, and it was just because I went a little bit too loose. Or yeah, usually it was just being too loose, so I just would tighten up a little bit and that was fine. And I wouldn't even have to backtrack that much. I would definitely recommend these to others. It made my first experience of making granny squares amazing. I would only have two ends to tie in. Like, since when does that ever happen when making granny squares? Like, that's freaking crazy. I like the colors a lot, and I think they almost would go well together. But yeah, I mean, this yarn by Red Heart is really an all-in-one granny square. Yes, you might have to tweak with it a little bit, but me being primarily a knitter goes to show that even somebody that doesn't crochet often can make this work, can make it happen. I think sometimes people just want it to be perfect, and that's just not how the world works, you know? Even with knitting, like, I have to mitigate whatever issues I run into, and that's just part of knitting and crocheting. I would recommend this to other people. I would even recommend this to beginners. I would consider myself beginner to intermediate crocheter. I don't think I'm that advanced, but obviously enough where I could read a pattern and understand. I still have to look up how to do a double crochet sometimes, because I'm like, okay, how do you do that? I haven't done that in a while, and then it comes back super easy. I have done a lot of other patterns that call for just a single crochet, so that's what my mind would go to, and then I would have to catch myself and kind of be like, okay, no, I'm doing double crochets. Besides that, I think this is an awesome yarn. I think a lot of people may be doing it wrong, or I don't know what they're doing, but I would recommend this yarn. I think Red Heart did an awesome job with the fact that all their yarns are matching pretty well. I mean, I tried two different yarns and they worked out pretty much the same. Like, for that to happen is not usually normal, and I'm going to be making a whole blanket out of this for both of them. One for me and then one for my stepson, or sorry, foster son. And yeah, I hope you guys like my review. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay guys, so some final updates on the all-in-one granny square. Something that I did see on the internet, or more known YouTubers, was that they didn't follow the pattern. So a lot of the times they were struggling to meet the required chains to create the granny square, and so sometimes they had too much, too little, and they were changing hooks and adding and taking away, and so it was just more complicated than it needed to be. For one, all I can say is follow their diagram. If you can read their pattern, follow their pattern. But the diagram is what really made it all click for me. Like I said, a newer crocheter, if anything, but I still make things with them, but I primarily knit. So what made things for me to click was the diagram. It just made a whole bunch of sense. Once I followed the diagram and how it was a piece of cake. I was meeting the color change every single time, and if I was off, I was barely off by a little bit, which I could just backtrack a row or two, and it was fine. Like, it was perfectly fine. So I did finish one skein just to see what it would be like. I ended up getting 14. It says you'll get 14. So this is 14 right here. And this is number 15. So it's just missing the black border. It's got one side, and that's pretty much it. So that's okay. You know, I'm on the second skein now. I'm not done with it, but I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 8 so far in this one. I have seen that there are different skeins will give you different amounts. Some people were getting 15 granny squares per skein. I have so far only gotten 14, but that is, who's to say that that won't be different for the other skeins. I did do a different pattern on the blue skein. Pretty cool. This is what I'm going to be making a blanket out of. So I'm actually going to be making a blanket out of both of these. Red one is going to be for me, and then the blue one is going to be for my foster son. And I'm going to try to rush and get as much of this done because it's almost Christmas, and I'll try to show you guys an update about it. But I definitely recommend you guys to try it out on your own. Follow the pattern. If you need to change hook, only change hook when you have too much color left. If you don't have enough color left, take away the chain ones in between, and then after that, if it's not working, then change your hook. But that's kind of been my 2 cents of what I've learned and what I've seen through other people reviewing this yarn. To be honest, this is my first time doing a granny square, and I like it a lot. I really do. Especially because I only get to tie in 2 ends, and that's it. So that's like a big plus for me. Not that I hate tying in ends, but tying in so many ends for every single change of color is just a lot. And I don't have the time for that, especially working and going to school. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment and tell me your pros and cons and what colors are your favorite. Remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget, it does take balls to knit.